everybody. In yesterday's video, I decided to be doing something different, and as you can probably see on screen right now, I am delivering. We are going to be playing Spore, a game that is very, very dear to my heart. I probably have more hours on this game than any other game really I've ever played. I know it's probably a bit unusual, I guess you would say, for someone to play a retro game, well, sort of retro game, so early on into YouTubing. But let's just get right into it. We are going to be doing this in normal mode. Now, I'm not going to do a straight just one planet playthrough. I think I'm going to do multiple planets. Actually, that's fine. I don't really care what the name is. The volume might be slightly higher for you guys this time, just because the sound in this game is just absolutely to die for. Just amazing sound overall. And also you kind of have to listen with your ears in this game for some stages. So basically, how Spore works is you start off as a cell, and then you basically evolve into a creature, and then you're evolving constantly. And after you get to your final evolution, you grow a big brain and basically become like in tribal stages, like in the beginning of human history, only with a different creature. And then you get to the civilization stage, which is like modern day, get world domination, and then you go and move on to the space stage. So yeah, I have played this game multiple times. Unfortunately, I might not have all the playthroughs because that was on an older computer, not the one I'm currently using. So you're not going to see all of the complete playthrough. So basically, this is called the cell stage, and there are 5 stages in total. We're not going to be doing the space stage because that's the one stage I dislike in this game, but I like everything else. Like, overall, great game. The space stage, though, gets a bit long and repetitive. I'm not gonna lie about that. So basically, what you do is that's a new part in the game. Basically, what you have to do is collect these parts so that way you can add them onto your creature. And now the parts have different abilities and functions. I might have just taken that from the text below, but I might not have also. Now where is some more meat? So you have 2 choices at the beginning. You can either become a herbivore, a plant eater, or a carnivore, a meat eater. And basically, the things right there in the bottom left corner is your DNA points, and as you get more of those, the more you get to spend. So I click this button to call for a mate, and now what I do here is that I can get different parts. Like now I got I got the spike part, and so but what I'm gonna do first before I get the spike part is I am gonna become an omnivore. And now I've watched other Let's Plays of Spore, and not too many of them actually go for the omnivore. I guess it's because not as obvious as going for the carnivore or herbivore, I guess. But we also got to name our species. Let's go with Mafoli. That was just the first thing that came to my mind. I'm not even sure if I spelled that right, but whatever. And so you basically get the eyes don't matter whether or not you put them together. So yeah, we can also adjust the spine. That can matter, but not currently. You have to put parts on it before it can matter. So let's get into it. Now again, I know pretty much all there is to know about this game, except when it comes to the space stage, and that's once again because I haven't played the space stage as nearly as much as I played the other stages. Now, if we go into here, this is like our thing. Now, this is gonna tell you what path you're currently on. So as you, go on, as you can tell here, I'm actually on an omnivore path, and that's gonna you can tell what it is better. But basically, if you eat more meat, you become a carnivore. Eat more plants, you become a herbivore or herbivore, however you say it. So, and that's basically what you want to do, is you want to get DNA points, evolve, get better parts, and you can find new parts off of other creatures, which is interesting. Sorry. Give me a second. The volume just cut out on me. I got the music, sorry. And I really like listening to the music, so let me just turn that up. There we go. There we go, now I can hear it. I'm not sure if you guys can hear the music, but I love the music in this game. It is just so good. Like, I really wish they made a Spore 2. Unfortunately, that dream never became a reality for me. Would I have played a Spore 2? Definitely. I know that there were other knockoff versions of this game, but they never really connected with me like the original. Now, this guy, if you want to become an Omnivore Path, kill this guy. I know it's not very easy to kill him, but you need his jet part, and I know you can get it later on, but this is just gonna be making the next one of the parts you need to get a whole lot easier. And you'll see why soon enough. The cell stage is probably the shortest of the stages. I don't know. The music keeps cutting out of me. I don't know why. Does it keep going back down? There we go. So here's like a really good place to get DNA. It just all along here you just get DNA, 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 and DNA. There are actually two of them right next to it. Now, you see, you can basically eat everything except remember, I should have probably mentioned it. Then I'll mention it next time I see one. But before we eat anymore, I need that part from that guy over there, like you see, or one of these guys, because it's gonna make, once again, the next part, one of the next parts, you have to get a whole ton easier. I could have sworn I bit him there, but whatever. So now you see, this is the issue. This is why having spikes on the front of your carnivore is good, because you can. It's a lot easier to win out battles with other carnivores. And now you see how we just stood there and was like sort of stunned. That can't be relied on with everything, because not all things are gonna do that sort of thing that you just saw them do. Now this guy might be able to bite. Oh, so close. Now, I know this seems like a whole bunch of trouble for nothing, but trust me, this is gonna come all the way through next time. For two reasons, and you'll see why in a second. Actually, we need one of those guys first. So let me see. See, there's one. That is called an epic creature, which is about no, that's an epic right there. The big yellow one. That one's actually called a predator cell. And you see what they do is they're basically cut your HP in half the second they bite you. Epic cells like that huge one, and they become your regular cells as you grow bigger yourself. But I guess just perspective is different. Here's one of these. Now see if I can get this one specifically. He actually bounced me up too far because of that current. Now there are actually currents in this game, and those can be used to your advantage in multiple ways. You can use them to catch prey, get away from predator cells, because I don't think predator cells are as much affected by the currents as you are. This video might be a bit extra longer just because I'm gonna have to catch one of these guys, and this usually is much quicker. But I've just been unlucky so far. Of course, the one time I actually tried to record this is the issue when I can't catch them. Yeah, let's see if we can't catch this fast, because this is taking up an awful lot of our time. Might end up being a bit longer. I might actually, if it gets too long, I might actually end up. Actually, this guy's perfect. He would catch on that thing. Dang it, he didn't. Oh, so close. It might actually be easy. Oh, he might have actually died from the poison. No, he wasn't loaded on screen enough. We just need the epic cell to bite one of them, although that seems getting less and less likely as the time goes on. Here's one. Now let's see if hopefully this might be the same one as before. There we go, finally. Now we get the jet part. Now that's good for two reasons. Okay, now we grow, and now we're the same size as these. So now we have a choice of either adding in spikes or the jet part. Spikes, basically anything that does, like, they're good for carnivores to have them up front, because you saw how, like, I was battling with that guy with the jaws? Well, if I had a spike on the front, spikes take priority over jaws. So if I were to, like, put a spike here, or, like, give me a second, like, right here, I could turn and his jaw would hit that, and it would hurt him. Yeah, so I might just turn the mic volume down a little bit there. So now we have a choice of doing that, or we have actually getting rid of this. Now these add 2 speed for the price of 1, so they're actually cheaper, costing 5 less than 2 of these were, because these cost 25, those cost 30, 2 of them. So we have a choice of that or that. I think I'm gonna get this because I feel like it doesn't really matter what you do in the long run. It doesn't really. I'm sorry if I'm speaking too loud. I tend to get excited over these kinds of things. Now these guys have another new part for us, and I should be able to keep up with them. This is gonna make this a lot easier, and that is the thin part. And what that's gonna do is, now we just bit him and took off his food. Now what we want to do is, because I feel like I'm eating an awful lot of meat, if I just get that piece, we want to check here. And see, we're starting to divert into carnivore, which means we're going to start wanting to eat a lot of those like herbivorous. Now these guys should scare as soon as they see me. So there's some more herbivore food for us. And that is going to... And that gets just bit us. We should be able to run this guy, but actually here's another thing there, so it's a good thing it turned away. And now these guys, when they become small, they become prey cells. And now here's where those jets come in the action. See the guy with 5 jets? He has an absolute necessity part if we want to become an omnivore. That part of the mouth I'm about to get can become super duper duper useful in a lot of situations. So that guy's actually going to help us out here by attacking that guy. Maybe we can get a... No. Yes, we did. Okay, I was worried that we were going to miss a golden opportunity to get that part there. Now, this guy we might be able to run. Using the currents especially helps. Now, here's some more... How am I starting to drift? I'm starting to go back up, and we bypass away a good opportunity. And now, the next part I'm going to get after the things, as I'm pretty sure I know what. Now, the mating call can get you in sticky situations because every predator in the area, including larger cells like predator cells, won't attack you while you're mating with another creature or your own kind of creature. So they'll basically just start swimming the opposite direction every single time. That can be very, very useful. Now, if we do this, here is an omnivore mount. Now, this is going to give us, similar to how the jets do there, we're also going to get these. These help you out with turning as well as giving you 1 extra speed. So now we are at a total of, and we're also going to adjust these. Now we are at a total, and this thing can go through other mouths and it can go through spikes. And basically, you can't actually eat the little red bits just randomly around anymore. What you're going to eat, you can't eat plants normally, but what you're going to eat is live cells. You're basically going to suck their blood. And I know that might not make sense, but like that. And that gives us food. We suck him, gives us food. We suck him again, gives us more food. And that's your main, and that's basically it. See, now, does it, I've never actually seen this. Does it, like, knock away other mouths? It's kind of, I've never actually tested that, believe it or not. Probably have, considering how many times I've played it. I'd be shocked if I didn't. Okay, we got a bit of time. Now we just suck the life juices out of that guy. Yeah. And, like, I just spiked this. You will die for spiking us. You are annoying and you shall die. So will you. And we just suck him out, and we just suck the life out of him. And now we can, like, prey cells also die too. Those zapper things, you see, they'll hurt you if you come too close to them. But you see how their ball lights up? Well, that's because they just shocked you. Basically, if you come too close, they'll shock you. But after they shock something, or you, they will have a cooldown. I'm not actually completely sure on what the cooldown time is. I've never actually bothered to time it. But, you see how he bobs it up? Now, if we go close, I'm just doing this just to show you guys what happens. He shocks us. Now, we can just suck him back, and he doesn't, because it has a cooldown. Like, those ball things cost 25 to get the part up, but I'm just going to get the part and now run, because we have a predator cell, and we should be able to outspeed this guy. Now, we have another predator cell right here. Epic cells have their weaknesses, like, they have weak spots where you can attack them. Although most of the time, I'm not sure if this shows all of them, but you can only kill epic cells if you have the shocking ability. The shocking ability, but those guys don't really attack you, they don't really notice you, so that's not a huge issue with the epics. You're more worried about the predators than really anything else. Now, these guys are different from most things, because they don't run away from you, they just stay there and take punishment, which is unusual. That is actually the only herbivore. There are only actually two herbivore predator cells, and they don't really attack. And because they're herbivores, they don't really eat you. But that green guy you just saw, and there's also a blue one, and the blue one is technically herbivoristic, but it releases these eggs, these black bubbly eggs, that actually hatch into predator, and they get kind of quite annoying because they're the only cell that can attack a predator cell. They're the only thing that can do that kind of thing, and that gets really annoying because if you have if you're a predator cell, you have a bunch ganging up on you, they will chomp you to death. Now, once again, there were only two true herbivoristic predator cells. Actually, one's not. I'm not even sure you would count as true. You could count it if you want. You might not be able to. This guy, once again, these guys have the shockers. Now, I don't generally go for the shockers unless I'm trying to kill an epic, because of the fact that the shockers are not worth it. They cost like and now you see, that guy is poison. That poison actually nearly killed me. Now poison costs 15, and it's a part we got earlier from one of those meteorites. Those meteorites will give you parts that you don't have, that you could find in the previous thing, but you didn't. And those poison basically hurts everything that comes in contact with it, and it's usually just these are the eggs I'm talking about. These will hatch into predators, except if you eat them, and you can't eat them like that. You see, these guys are the only things that can attack a predator cell in the entire game. Now we want to be careful with these because these guys can hatch in like threes and can really do some damage to you if you aren't careful with them. Which is why generally, if you don't know what you're doing, you should probably avoid them instead of attacking them. Like just run if you have the outspeed to it. If you have the thing to outspeed them. These are Mega Mavs. Mega Mavs are very, very vicious. In the way they work. Actually, we have a ton of points. I didn't even notice we had this many points. Don't eat our mate. Your mate actually can die, so can your other cells. Like as you can see, that Mega Mav just ran away from us. So now. I wanna. So how many parts? Yeah, we have all the parts now. We have poison, and basically this is gonna release a jet from the remember where we were, and anything that goes behind us will automatically take damage. We can actually see like little animations of them. And so, but however, I could go for poison. However, I'm gonna go for a spike there as well as a spike up here. Now you see, this is gonna allow me to go into duels with other carnivores with them in the front. I can just turn and they'll take damage. Actually, that's not really necessary at this stage. I just remembered. Actually, we're 1 point from being able to get poisoned. So instead, I think I'll put these spikes right here instead. Because I can. Now, how are we doing here? So we're close to the carnivore, which means we don't need to but see, this is the only other herbivore besides that green guy that become a predator cell. They become and these guys drop eggs. These guys drop these things, and they're the only things that can attack epic cells to them. So yeah, and there are actually only two things that can have this mouth, because not every cell or creature becomes an epic cell. That guy hatched while I was eating him. Now you see these guys. No, this is actually risky. Two Mega Mavs are risky because they can attack pretty much everywhere at once, and they don't run. Oh no, this is not the best situation I could be in. Okay, we somehow. Now you see there are a lot of these miniature guys, and we want to get out of here. Because those guys will the funny thing is they'll actually start attacking me, and now this guy is going to start chasing us unless he gets distracted with something else. Mega Mavs are very aggressive, even more aggressive than those ones, because I think those other ones will run away from you if you have poison, but Mega Mavs won't. So, yeah, there's an issue there, and that guy might be able to get away from him now. Let's actually call him mate to buy some new things. You can press, if you want to skip that little part, you press escape, and that just skips it. Now we get poison. Now what poison does, it shoots a jet trail behind you. And you see what it does in a second. So now you see that little purple trail. Anything besides anything that goes behind it that doesn't have the poison ability itself will get hurt by this ability. So the pufferfish will not get hurt by this ability, but anything else will. So yeah, basically There we go. And now you're gonna see the cutscene for the next thing. For the next sort of ability, I guess. Should I show off the growing scene for the next thing? You know what? Just to cut back. Actually, we don't have any time. I would otherwise. So you do have to save this progressively. There is no autosave feature. That's kind of annoying. But bye. See ya. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.